Also, next thing I'd like to bring up is Tanisha Sullivan, who's running for Secretary of State.
Good afternoon. Thank you, George, and to your board for your leadership. It is definitely needed in this moment. I am Tanisha Sullivan, and I'm running for Secretary of State. This is the kickoff weekend, so to speak, for what's going to be a long stretch of running from town to town, connecting with voters, connecting with delegates. And I gotta tell you, I could not be more excited to be here in my home county of Plymouth County to kick the weekend off. I grew up just a few miles up 24, a city some of you all might be familiar with, the City of Champions, the home of Rocky Marciano, marvelous Marvin Hagler, the city of Brockton. It was in Brockton that the seeds of service were planted in me, in my church, in my family, and in my community. It was in the basement of my home church that I learned the power of faith and service. It was in a small hair salon listening to women talk about the issues of the day and work on solutions for our community that I learned the power of women in service. And it was through my dad, who spent 40 years working as an educator in the Boston public schools, and through my mom, who built 3 small businesses, working to support people of color and women who were entering the workforce. I carry that spirit of service with me today as a seasoned corporate attorney, as the former chief equity officer in the Boston public schools, and as a civil rights leader, most recently serving as president of the NAACP in Boston. We are at a critical moment in the fight for the realization of the promises of our democracy: freedom, justice, and equality for all of us. And what the last few years have shown us, through a public health crisis, through a racial awakening, and through the economic downturn, is that the status quo and business as usual is not working for all of us. We deserve more. In this moment, we need leadership that is courageous, inclusive, and visionary to deliver on the promise of America for all of us. And as Secretary of State, let there be no doubt that I will fight fearlessly and proactively to advance voting rights here in Massachusetts and across our country. But I need you to know something, that the full promise of our democracy, requires more. And so I will intentionally activate the full power of this office to promote economic opportunity, cultivate civic participation, and work to build a more transparent and accessible government that works for all of us. I am excited about this campaign. If you'd like to learn more, please visit us at TanishaSullivan.com. Thank you.